Long time no see.
Been a minute. So, I need you to start getting prepared for our plan.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting.
We're going to need a lot of firepower.
And we probably need to make sure nobody else don't find out either.
I'm not too worried about that.
I tell
I
you
say
how the
let them
meeting
come.
I tell you how the meeting goes in this place.
Good. Keep it posted.
So, I've talked to all you guys about this recently, but there is a situation we currently have to deal with, and that situation, most plainly, is just Eon. Um, he's obviously slighted all of us, but what I wanted to talk about mainly is that the deal with Eon today, and like when we defeat him, it's not about us. All right, sure, he took Apollo, that kind of pissed us off. Sure, he's stolen stuff from us. Sure, that pissed us off. Sure, he's fought some of us. Um, but at the end of the day, if we don't fight this guy, if we don't stand here and win, we all lose. Everybody across the entire universe loses. Everybody dies. There won't be a single one of us left to win this fight. Uh, and so that's kind of, I just wanted to start off with just telling you guys that we shouldn't be thinking about this as us, because if we were just thinking about this as like we want to win, then I don't even think this fight would happen. Like I don't even think, like, I wouldn't have cooperated with Blaze here, because frankly, like, we're not the best of friends right now, and I know you guys don't really like him either. But the fact is
That's an
is that
understatement.
we all, the fact of the matter is that we all live in this universe together. It's all of us. Okay, this is a shared universe. We all live and breathe the same air. We all walk on the same grass, and at least most of us do. And we gotta put everything. We gotta put our differences aside for this one. We can't just be looking at each other as Ishtar and Blaze's team. We gotta look past that, because if we're not looking past that, then there's gonna be infighting and so much stuff, and we can't afford that. This is too dire to be able to even consider that as a factor. I don't want to have to be working on plans to fight Eon, and sitting together, like, and have to be worried about fighting and bickering. Like, none of that. We're not doing that. All right. Like, Blaze, I know when we talked, you told me that it left a bad taste in your mouth to work with us, and I understand that, but I'm asking you to put that aside and to focus on the greater good here, because there is a greater good, a far greater good than just our own preferences. So, I just wanted to open up with that, because I think that's the most important thing to take away from this meeting. Uh, I do have about 3/4 of a plan, but I need your guys' input as well, because I don't know what kind of ability. I don't know all the abilities that Blaze has at his disposal. I know what I have, and I have a decent idea of what you guys can do, with the exception of Capsule. Full card in my hand. The one thing that has at least a chance of killing Eon. The moment. So I'm sure you guys have heard me mention it before, at least in Ishtar. Blaze, I don't know what you know about this. You seem to pull information out of thin air sometimes of a theory. That theory isn't really important right now, because it's super timey-wimey and too complicated for most of you to understand. It would take, I'd be here for hours trying to explain it, so I'm not going to go into detail. But the simple effect of it is it's the complete and total erasure of an entity from the time stream, from all time streams and universes. With this bomb, anything that's encompassed within its radius, which is a pretty big radius, will be completely erased from existence. I'm not talking just like, oh, they're dead, or oh, they're gone now. It makes things not have ever existed. If I was to set this off right now, any impact you guys have had on the server, anything you've done since you showed up here, would it be gone? Nobody would remember it. That's the power of this device. It's not something I take. It's something to be taken seriously. It's a one-off. It's also a one-off. This, like, I get one usage of this. I get one chance to wipe Eon, to kill him, because I'm not
one
certain.
shot is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not even certain if he can be killed by normal means anymore. Is the problem. I haven't been able to get close enough for long enough to confirm this, but like, it's something that happened with my people, my species, the Voidwalkers. The longer we travel in time, the more we manipulated the rules of the cosmos, the less and less we became attached to them. Eventually, the cord just snapped one day, and we became beings in a like closed time. Like our time streams were closed. Instead of having a beginning and an end, it's like a circle. It always happens. So even if you were to kill a Voidwalker at one point in their life, somehow, they would never truly be dead, because as long as they exist at another point in their time stream, in like the time stream, they can always just come back. I'm not certain if that's the situation with Eon at this point, but I'm not going to take that chance, which is why I've had to take the worst measures. This is something I was going to use on Blaze. I think it's probably the only thing that can kill a Celestial Sapien, but I'm not going to get that chance anymore. I figured I'd put that on the table too, though, because why not? At least be honest about it. This thing's like ridiculously powerful, though, and I wouldn't trust it in anyone else's hands, which is why it's pretty important that Eon doesn't get his hands on it, and why it will never leave my hands for the duration of this like fight, this war. It will never leave the TARDIS, well, except for this demonstration. I'll put it back later. So that is the most powerful tool in my arsenal. When I say I have 3/4 of a plan, I mean that I know what needs to happen to beat Eon, to destroy him. I need more help from you guys to discuss how we get it to where it needs to be. The plan, I hate saying the plan is simple because I say it all the time.
It isn't that simple though.
It's not super simple.
never
This thing
that
needs
simple.
to be placed within 200 block radius of Eon and then detonated. It does have a slight timer on its detonation. I think it takes about 2 seconds. If you factor in server lag, it takes more like 10. It can be broken anytime during that period, and if it's broken, it won't go off. So it can't be placed right in front of Eon. He could also just teleport away before it gets a chance to set off. We have to find a way of detonating it within that 200 block radius before he even knows what's happening and has the time to react. I think
we could put it beneath him somewhere.
It's loud though. That's the thing. If we put it too far, like if we put it too close to him and then set it off, and that's another issue. Somebody needs to set this off manually. It cannot be set off from a distance.
We can use.
There is.
Yeah, sound muffler block.
There. Okay. Well, see, this is why I got you guys here, because I don't know about this kind of stuff.
He wants the power stone, right?
I volunteer.
I think he has the power stone.
Does he?
Yes. I saw that whole deal go down, actually.
I think so too.
What? Hold on, what? I was not there for that. Hold on.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell people this kind of stuff? This is important.
Maybe would it be nice to know?
Blaze, hold on. I thought you had the power stone.
What?
I thought you had the power stone.
No, what are you talking about?
I mean, Capsule apparently says he saw a deal go down where, like, Eon got the power stone.
Well,
I thought you had it.
Where in the timeline is this conversation being had? Because technically that wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What? I thought Eon got the power stone then the moment.
No, moment first.
Oh.
Is there any way we can swap that around, or do you need that to happen first? Because I was thinking this was just like literally at the end of this conversation he gets the thing, and I figured that this happens after the whole power stone ordeal. If you need it to happen after, like if you need the moment to come before, then we can just like not mention the power stone.
I needed to come before.
All right. So we'll just scrap that. It's fine then. Right. Who is doing what? I can hear like somebody like blowing into their mic. It's Hero. Hero, dude, go to push to talk. You gotta go to push talk, dude. All right, thank you. Okay, so we'll back up a little. We'll back up a little bit. You're not on push to talk. Oh,
It
okay.
cuts off my mic.
What do you? Okay, whatever. Alright, if it's coming before, yeah, he does need the power stone. As far as I know, Blaze has it, so I think it's in pretty good safe. I think it's in pretty safe hands for right now. I'm not
Like it
super
should've been
worried
in
about.
mine.
He's gonna come for it though, so I think. I'm guessing. I'm trying to think here. There's got to be a better. I don't want to just like because I trust your base building skills, but like I found you the last 2 times, and
Yeah, because you were looking.
well, yeah, we're past
I
that.
mean-
We're past that. We're past that. Okay, I get it.
It's not like he didn't find all our
Oh,
all
okay,
of our
okay,
bases.
okay. What did I just say? What did I just say? We're
I
not doing
mean-
this. All right. We're in this together, guys. Seriously, this is the in for the bickering I was talking about. We can't afford this. Okay,
I
we
wasn't
need to.
bickering, I pointed it out.
It's not necessary.
I know.
I want to design more of. I don't know. I don't want to say a vault. Vault will be too difficult, but I'd like to design some kind of something for the power stone so we don't have Eon steal it.
That sounds
I-
like a good idea.
I don't know. I think as long as you're hidden, it'll be okay for now. But I am paranoid about it because the Power Stone's obviously a very powerful artifact, and it's not just something we can afford to lose. I have a decent idea as to what Eon's plan is. It's something I should share that. I'll share right now everything I know about Eon. That's probably something else I should be handing out because
That's
you
something
guys,
you
I
probably
need,
should have done first.
well.
Because it doesn't make any sense why you want to kill him.
Well, I thought
Why
I
you
explained it
think
to all of you.
That's not an explanation.
Have
You
I
just
not
say
explained
he's
to you-
going to end the universe. In
You
what way?
explained it and first
It's
to
never been
us,
explained.
except Capsule,
it-
and I'm not
sounded-
sure if you explained anything to Blaze. So
I thought I explained it in our brief conversation when I asked you to come to this meeting. All right. So I'll just start from the top then. So when I first encountered Eon, I want to say it's close to a month ago now. When I was first repairing my target, okay, it would be fine. I'm personally against him going home simply because of my own moral like issues with that and the idea of like having to face consequences for his actions. But that's not really the point here. That's like
And
that's
have you
my own
faced the
person.
consequences for yours yet?
I am facing the consequences for my actions right now, and I needed to be separated from everything so I could sit here and I could reflect, and I needed to, and he needs to as well. Okay, and if that was all though, I wouldn't be dragging you guys into this like how I am right now. I wouldn't have Blaze here. I wouldn't be talking about the threat of like the universe at stake. I wouldn't be talking about any of this because my own personal feelings about it has nothing to do with it. But Eon's frankly uninformed. He's not a Voidwalker like I am. He doesn't have the 100 years of experience on my I have. Okay, I don't know what kind of experience he has with time travel, but clearly not very much because he doesn't know what he's doing, and the method that he's attempting to use to get home will end up causing a rift that when he enters through it could potentially destroy this universe and leave this universe destroyed in its wake. A massive temporal event that would occur. It's really timey-wimey. I'm trying to put this in the best terms I can use to explain it to you without having to explain the science of it because it's quite complex. But what you need to know is 2 things. One, there's this thing called a quantum signature. All beings have it. I have it. You have it. Eon has one. Paradox has one. And they vary in size depending on the effect you have on certain time streams. The amount of chronon radiation you've absorbed throughout your time and your travels in time and space. I have a very large quantum signature just due to the fact that I have time traveled a lot. Paradox has an even bigger one. Eon has a massive quantum signature simply because he must have looped time a lot in his home dimension. I don't know the exact numbers or figures on it. I could probably calculate it if I wanted to, but I don't want to. And it's not the point. But his quantum signature is huge. And if he walks through a rift, artificial rift, one that he created by causing a massive space-time event, would either the ripple effect from him walking through that would send absolute waves of devastation through this timeline, the timeline we're living in. It would devastate everything. History would be thrown off and destroyed. All right, your histories, your own personal histories, rewritten. And I'm not. It could be good. Maybe it could be absolutely horrible. But even regardless of if it's good or bad, the resulting paradox could straight up just destroy, make the Voidwalkers have to prune this universe. Pruning's a thing we do where we just basically cut the universe off, this timeline off from the rest of the universe and destroy it. So this timeline never existed. All right. It's like I suck at explaining things. I don't like doing this.
You know
I
what?
like this timeline.
Maybe I want him to do that.
Why?
Maybe
Why
I
would you
want
want him
everything
to
to
do
be
that?
reset.
Why?
Things have gone too bad.
Like what?
Like what?
What
Like
could you
everything.
what could have possibly happened to you that would want you to erase? You're not just talking about your history. You're talking about everybody else's histories.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't mind.
I am
If you-
talking about everybody else's histories.
And did you ignore the part where even if you have a better timeline, which isn't guaranteed, you could end up dying really young or living in poverty for all your life, or maybe
I'll just take a page out of Eon's book and leave as well.
leave where? Where would you go?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
Oh, that's a great.
being here, even after Eon's gone, I don't know. It doesn't feel.
At least you'd have the chance. I don't think you're getting it. You wouldn't have time to ponder the decision, because once Eon steps through that rift, once he leaves, you'll have forgotten any of this ever happened. The universe doesn't like chaos. It likes order. It likes things to be simple and sweet. It doesn't like massive paradoxes and rifts. So the second he walks through that, it's going to resolve. The universe will reconfigure itself to make sure that the rift never happened in the first place. And so the rift will be gone. You won't have an option. You won't just get to walk through with him. All right. Once he leaves, it's gone. All right. And I don't think he's just going to let the door stay open so you can walk through on your own. Oh, yeah, because he's so generous like that. I don't know what you're thinking. This is a terrible decision on your part. It's like, do
you think it is? I feel like you're just one bad day away from being just like him. And that's something I'm not going to be involved in.
You know, I get what you're saying with the whole one bad day thing. It's something I thought about a lot. I could have been just like him, but I'm not. And it's not because I just haven't had the chance to be like him yet. It's not the case at all. It's because I had somebody there for me, somebody to show me the beauty of the universe, the multiverse. I had Paradox there for me when I was young.
Somebody is gone. That somebody locked you away here. How does that make you feel?
You think I don't think about that every night? You think I don't feel betrayed by my race of people discarding me and throwing me away?
Okay, so with those feelings, how does that make me feel any better about your situation? How does that make me?
I'm not asking you to feel sympathetic towards my situation. I created the situation I'm in. Eon created the situation he's in. All right, I'm not asking you to feel sympathetic to anyone's causes but your own. If you walk away from this, if you choose to leave, I want you to know that you will be willingly, placing your life, your entire existence in Eon's hands. All right, you will have, and if he chooses to go after his own selfish gains, if he decides that he doesn't care about you or anyone else in this universe, if he decides he just wants to leave and discard the universe away, you won't be able to, we won't be able to stop him. We need you. All right? And if you're not there, then He's like, nothing I can do. And don't think this is sympathetic to my cause either. Like, don't think this is like something I want to happen, or like I'm doing this and trying to get my own way somehow. Because the fact is, I could leave you all behind the same way he's doing. The second that rift opens, that's my one-way ticket out of here too. I could just as easily park my TARDIS at spawn, or wherever he decides to do this, and just wait for him to open the rift, fly my ass through it, and next thing I know, my quantum signature, which is like really big too, would destroy this universe the same. And you know what? Then he'd be dead too. And I could just leave all of you here. But I'm choosing to try and be better. I'm choosing to try and change and make up for my mistakes in the past. That's who I'm trying to be.
This is being better.
How is this not
I
being
just
better?
need all of you to know that this, if you go through with this one, it doesn't mean that everything is just saved. It might even just mean worse for the universe. I'm just saying.
Worse than destruction?
Worse than destruction, yes.
How is there
there's an old
anything-
saying, before
You're
creation
just
comes
paying
destruction.
attention to just one thing. You're only paying attention to Eon. It's like you have some sort of fixation. You're not paying attention to everything else. I heard you gave away the time stone. Do you not understand the ratifications that leaves for this universe?
I understand.
You don't understand that
It was a
Yeah,
necessary sacrifice.
I understand that what you're trying to do is end Eon and end all that, but you're not thinking about the future beyond that. You're not thinking about any of that.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to be dealing with that problem instead of dealing with your Eon problem.
It's not my Eon problem. It's yours too. Okay, you know what? You want to walk out of that door. You would like to leave. Then fine. But I want you to know that in the end of when the end of days comes, when everything is destroyed, I will still do my best to try and save you. Because I think you, just as much as me or Eon or Paradox or anyone else in the multiverse, I think you, the same as everyone else, deserves a chance to exist. You see, that was, and nobody's asked me this, and I haven't told anybody, but that was the reason I got exiled, because I decided to advocate for free choice, the chance for people to think for themselves, to make their own choices. All right, that's what the Voidwalkers stand against, and I will fight them every step of the way, and I will battle them, and I will try and advocate for people's existence as much as I can. But like, that's what I've always stood for, okay? I've always stood for everyone's chance to exist, okay? And what you're doing is that you become my enemy by simply deciding that you want to go against that. That it's better for you to allow everybody else to have their entire lives, their chance at free will, and like their choice to be thrown away by some maniac. All right, and if you want to get upset with me for giving away the time stone, you know what? That's probably fair. You know, I was a little selfish trying to choose my TARDIS over the time stone, but frankly, like, Vitamix and Rizbo, they're not smart enough to really do anything too dangerous with it. And even if they were, Paradox would just swoop in and change it anyways. The fact that he even let me go through with that plan just like tells me that he knows that they're not a threat. All right, at least not on their own. All right. Now, maybe if they work together with Eon, then yeah, they could probably be a threat then. But I don't see that happening, mainly because I don't think that he has anything to offer them.
And with that thought, that's I guess where my leave is. You can't be risking this entire universe on an if.
It's not a risk, all right? And if I wasn't to do anything at all, then the universe would be destroyed anyways.
I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not stopping you.
You are.
I'm just
you
warning.
are stopping, all right? Because
no.
without you, we don't stand a chance.
I don't see why you don't stand a chance without me, but I don't know. I'll be there. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'll have to see.
Just gonna watch.
I mean,
I'll step in when I believe I should step in, but I'm not touching that weapon.
I was never gonna ask you to, like, this weapon is my responsibility to bear, okay? Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one who sets it off to destroy Eon. I would never ask anyone else in this room to risk the erasure of their own existence. All right. And if I need to hold Eon down and blow this up in both of our faces, I'll do it, because that will just be my penance. That'll be my final act. That would be a worthy final act for me. But nobody else will set this off but me. Nobody else could set it off. It's keyed to my biological signature. That's part, which. That's
Could
part
you, ma-
of.
could you make
Sorry.
something to counteract the explosion?
No. It doesn't matter. There's no counteracting this. If you get hit by this, you're gone. All right, that's the end of conversation. There's no kind of curse or magic or anything that could bring you back from this. There's this thing out in the multiverse called the causal nexus. It's a huge. Basically, it's a timeline for the timelines. It's a overarching one linear timeline that holds all of the universes, all the time streams, all the timelines. Everything gets held in the causal nexus. This thing literally cuts you out of it. It cuts you out of every universe, every particle of you. Not a single atom of you, and not a quark from your original being will exist. All right. And if I get hit with this, I'm gone. All right. There's no regeneration. There's no anything. You get hit with this, you're gone. And depending on how long you've lived, you might have a few minutes to say your last words. All right. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer to chew through some of the big guys, but I don't know. I'm definitely not old enough to have very long. Maybe a few seconds at most. But anyways, if you want to leave, I won't stop you. All right. That's your choice. All right. And as much as I disagree with it, and as much as I hate the fact that you're making it, it is your choice. All right. I just think that I don't really understand your mentality, and you know what? Maybe I never will. And maybe when Eon leaves and everything gets reconstructed and everything dies, maybe I still won't. All right. But
You're a time traveling man. I'm sure you understand the concept of the butterfly effect.
I do understand the concept of the butterfly effect. That's
But
Voidwalker
that's
101,
just all I'll leave with.
all right.
Wait,
Well,
suit, skin.
We will meet again, Blaze.
maybe not if
Oh.
he doesn't help. I don't know. I don't know if he
Regardless
will.
of that, I will be
Oh,
meeting
the
him
door's
again.
open.
I don't know if he will be. The fact is, it's not a matter of I'd stop you or something. It's I don't know how much time we have left. If Eon gets the power, once Eon gets the power stone, if Eon gets the power stone, and without Blaze